Hello, in this Bootstrap 4 video we're going to show you checkbox buttons. Up to now we've just done regular buttons, though we've got different types and it's just essentially styling. So if let's say I were to click on this one, or were to click on this one, or this one, or this one, it's essentially just the user clicking on it and it performing an action, whereas a checkbox has two different states, on and off, so the user can toggle between them. The usage of something like this can be for surveys, so you can select something like a certain selection item. Also, you can also use it for login forms. When the user logs in, you can check a little checkbox. It's very common on user login systems over the web that it keeps you signed in for, let's say, X amount of days. So that's what a checkbox can be used for. Luckily, Bootstrap really simplifies the process, and it's really just an extension of what we've learned in terms of buttons. So let's get code in. Maybe just go to your code. I'm just going to add it after all the other buttons. You can do it in a fresh project, it's not a problem. So I'm going to put some break lines. And first of all, you want a div, and the div is going to have a class of btn-group because it's going to be a button group. It's going to contain buttons within it. So we want data dash toggle equals buttons, and now you need to put a label. And the label is going to have a class of btn dash primary, and I'm going to make the first one active. It's just going to be selected by default. Obviously, if you don't want any selected by default, then you don't have to, but if you do, you just simply have to put this active class. And as you can see, I put btn dash primary here and btn. This is essentially what we've been doing for the different types and different styles of buttons. So what I recommend is, after you've watched this video, actually mix and match some of these different styles into the checkbox. It'll be fine. We definitely do recommend that you check that out. What you're going to need within the label is an input. So the input is going to have a type of checkbox. And if you want it to be active, checked, aka it's selected, you need to put an empty attribute called checked, put autocomplete equals off, and now just simply put some text. I'm going to put checkbox 1 is selected. And to actually save some time, I'm just going to copy and paste this and just show you what a checkbox looks like when it's not selected. So you just get rid of the active class and get rid of the empty checked attribute. So I'm just gonna change this to checkbox 2, and that looks okay. So if we save this now, go to our web browser, refresh, there you go, we have a checkbox. You may be thinking that you've seen checkboxes before and they don't look like this. They usually just look like a square, and yeah, they do. If you want that, you can just remove some of these classes, add a bit of styling, get it looking the way you want it. But in terms of functionality, this is a checkbox. So if I click this, it's no longer checked, it's checked, no longer checked. If I click it, it's checked. Whereas a regular button like this one, if I click it, it's no longer selected when I go over, when I take focus off it. Whereas if I select this and I go somewhere else, it is still selected. So that's how you use checkboxes within Bootstrap version 4. Obviously, to actually use this in your project, you want to use some sort of jQuery or some sort of PHP language and actually detect where it's been selected or not and code it so it does something accordingly, but that's specific to your website. If you have any questions, feel free to post them on sonarlearning.co.uk/question.php. There'll be a link in the description. There'll be another link in the description to the source code from this video. So if you have any queries or you just want to check out the code, check that out. Please rate, comment and subscribe, as it does really help keep the content free. Plus, it also helps us provide more content on a regular basis. And as usual, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.